Welcome back, YouTube. We're playing some chess. Today we are rated 1830. We're playing against an 1898 rated opponent, and they've gone for the Sicilian. When they go for the Sicilian, I always go for the Open Sicilian, and the first moves for that are the following. Usually they take the pawn, we take back with the knight, and that's how it starts. I'm going to go for what's called as the Maroczy Bind. So what happens is you push your pawn like this. You can put your knight over here. And the goal is to try to get a knight on this square. Alright, they've attacked my pawn. I'm going to defend it. And I'm going to defend it with the knight. I could have also pushed my pawn like that. So here's the deal. Usually you want to put this bishop over here, this bishop over here. But the problem is the knight can come over here. So what I'm going to do is actually start off by developing my bishop first. Because then now I don't have to deal with this knight coming over. Then I can put my bishop right here, and we're chilling. The way that I know how to play this position, I'm going to castle this way. There's some people, castle the other way as well, but yeah. Okay, I don't love this, but I'm going to actually take their knight. I'm going to take the knight because if I had defended with my bishop, it would have left my my b pawn unprotected, and I don't like that. It's like a slightly passive move, and I don't love it, but I'm going to protect my pawn like this, and then I'm just going to prepare to push my pawn here. It's just like having to deal with this queen kind of staring at my b pawn is just annoying, and I don't think that's a pawn that I'm like allowed to lose. So next move is we're going to snap, attack the queen, because that's like the main reason I did all this, right, is to attack the queen. And I'm considering a move like this, but what I should probably do first is let's just get castled. I'm going to move my queen out of this file, put my rook over here, then I think I'm good. I'm going to develop my queen and get my rook as soon as possible out of the radar of this bishop, because there's eventually going to be some tactics created. What we have to do is get this rook over here, because it's going to be under fire pretty soon. So let's go here. Oh, you know what I'm noticing as well is that there's a nice square for my knight right over here. So if I can go here and here, my bishop would be protecting that. Also, now what I'm realizing is that I can essentially trade off bishops, and I like that. So what I'm going to do is push my queen here, because now that creates an attack potentially against that pawn. They're not going to let me take it, but now I can go over here, and they don't have enough time, I don't think, to save that bishop. What they've done is what's called as fianchetto. If you can steal that fianchetto bishop, it's good news, I think. So I'm going to do that. We're going to recapture if they somehow allow me to do that. And that's actually, I was going to say, it keeps them from castling right away. I think I am going to take it, right? I think I am going to take it, though. Yeah. Take. Alright, this move doesn't create a threat. Does not create a threat, but it brings me a little bit closer to the king. I like that. Alright, so now my pawn is unprotected. What I think I'm going to do is move my bishop like this. So now it's pointed at their king. It's kind of pointed towards their king, and I think that's going to be helpful. I'm looking at this pawn push now because I wanted to do it a move earlier, but the queen could have given me a check over here. But now this pawn is blocking the queen, so I'm going to start kind of marching these pawns over here, and it's not going to be very fun for this guy, I don't think. Okay. I don't love it, but I'm gonna defend my knight. So as long as I keep my knight protected, that's all good over there. And then I think I'm gonna be able to continue with my idea. Okay, so let's continue. What I'm hoping for is now, if I do that, I might be able to lift my rook like this and go over here, and that's gonna create, some potential opportunities. Let's retreat the queen. And then as soon as possible, I'm looking at this. All right, that move attacks my queen. What I'm gonna do is back it up over here. I don't want to put my queen like right behind the bishop, because then that creates a pin. I don't like that. All right, so let's push the pawn. I probably should have calculated a little bit more, but I'm not immediately gonna take back because that might end up being a blunder. I'm thinking of here, but then the guy gets a good square. Let's take the central pawn. Take the central pawn. All right, so now they've taken back. I think what I'm gonna do now is kick the knight. Knight's probably gonna go here. I will retreat my bishop like this. Retreat the bishop like this. I have to take back like this. And then I'm going to create a threat against this pawn up here. All right, queen's moved. Now I think I can start moving my... finally, I can move this knight. So let's move the knight. I'm thinking of going kind of over here. Setting up some tactics again. All right, let's get the queen closer to the action. They're going to look to double up pieces. And then I'm eyeing this square for my queen. And then if I can bring my knight like this, it creates a threat against that pawn. If you have 5 minutes, visit Action Against Hunger. They accept donations as low as $5. I'm not sure why he did that, but I'm going to continue with my idea. We are running out of time. Again, it's Action Against Hunger. Helps those in need. And then what I'm looking at is I'm going to go here with my knight. And I'm not sure why he did that either. But I'm still going to keep going. We have to keep going. There's a serious threat right now. Like, I can take this pawn. It's free. That's a free pawn. I feel like he might have just fallen for it, too. It comes with check. Well, it's not... Okay. All right. So it's not check anymore. It's not check anymore. All right. Yeah, he saw it. Okay. Well, let's try to simplify. Because then I can try to get this square for my queen. I don't think I want to allow the check, so let's take with the knight. Alright, I'm going to back the queen up because... Yeah, I kind of just want a queen trade. So let's see what he's going to do. I don't see any huge tactics right now, but we're up on time, so... If I can trade queens, like go right here, trade. That'd be pretty great. I think he's gonna have to trade. We're gonna take back. Yep. I'm going to threaten this pawn over here. Okay. I'm gonna go up here. Restrict their king. Don't want the king coming in. Again, I'm up on time. We got about a minute left. This knight is thankfully restricted. I might push this pawn like this. What's he looking for? What's he looking for? Can we give a check right now? Does that get me anything though? Check. Okay, let's go here. Threaten to create a pawn. And let's go for some trades. I think we have to. We're up on time. We are up on time, boys. And I think I'm just going to go like this. My bishop is a little bit useless right now. Bishop is definitely a little bit useless, but let's see what we can do. Now we've forked. Take. Believe it or not, but with this move, the guy completely lost the game, because what we can do is actually move our king over here. And then once the king moves over, we can take the knight. They have to recapture. And then we can kind of sneak in over here. You might be worried about the pawn going down and getting promoted, but you can actually snatch. They can keep going, but you're just in time to catch it. It's a draw, man. Well, I feel pretty proud of that. So if you guys like the video, like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.